Hi you guys, this is Fantastic, and I'm on one of Memphis's most famous streets, and some of the best restaurants and barbecue there is in the world is on this street. So I decided to bring you guys along. This church here, First Baptist Beale, is actually where some of my church members go. Family members. This is a famous landmark. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's walk over here and read. But this is a famous, they wanted to tear it down because it was in bad disrepair at one point, but they didn't because of the historical significance. It says, founded in the late 1840s by Reverend Morris Henderson and 4 other blacks, Beale Street Baptist Church is the oldest continuous Negro congregation in Memphis. Withdrawn from the First Baptist Church, the founders and the others met in an old dwelling house until it burned in the 1860s. They later acquired a lot for $5,000, held their early meetings in a brush arbor soon after. The present building, was constructed. Architects were E.C. Jones and M.H. Baldwin. This was the first brick church in the Mid-South built by and for blacks. So yeah, this is it, First Baptist Beale, and I'm honored to have some of my family members of this church. And yes, I have been on the inside. It's beautiful on the inside. This is Church Park, Robert C. Church Park. This is where our annual Africa in April festival is held, as well as our city's Juneteenth celebration. And this is also the park where, if you're a Greenleaf watcher, this is where when Jacob had his church, a church with no walls, this park here, this very location is where Jacob was holding church on the show, the hit show on the Oprah Network, Greenleaf. Robert C. Church. This is where Jacob Greenleaf held his services. And many festivals are held here, but this is where Jacob held his services on the famous Greenleaf show. Let's read what some of the statues say. Church Park Auditorium, established in 1899. Church Park and Auditorium was the only such facility in the United States owned entirely by a black man and conducted in the interests of black people. So there you go. See, it's got many. So this is like a first of blacks. And I want to say, well, no, a lot of blacks owned down here. Talk about Robert Church here. Father and son, Robert Church and Robert Church Jr., 1839 to 1912 and 1885 till 1952. but he owned the first bank to be owned by members of his own race in Memphis. So yeah, some history. Approaching, this is the building that was held. It was shown, it was featured on the hit show Sweetie Pie, and Ms. Robbie wanted to locate to Memphis, and she was trying to get a club, and she was talking about, well, she wanted a restaurant slash club. This is it. Used to be a club, but it's been closed for some time now, and I think it's in bad disrepair. The reason it fell through. This place here, the Old Daisy, it's the police museum now, but it used to be where they would have various boxing matches and parties and so forth. So it's the police museum. It has moved. Here's a bar and grill, and this street is loaded with bars and grills. And directly next, this was the Old Daisy. This is the new Daisy. That's directly next to it. Boxing matches are held here. Concerts, parties. I used to hang out here as a teenager. This used to be a pizza place, and this was like the little area. Here's a shop. Hi. This shop has been here as long as I can remember. Here's a museum. The Withers collection. I don't know if you remember. He was a famous photographer. He captured all the moments of the civil rights movement. Ernest Withers. See, here's the Withers Collection Museum. There is a picture of him. And he was there. Here's Isaac Hayes. He's from Memphis. Bobby Blue Bland, if you know about Bobby Blue Bland. There's Aretha Franklin. She's from Memphis. Danny Thomas, if you know about St. Jude Hospital. That's Danny Thomas. He's from here. And St. Jude is here, but he captured his clothes, so we can't go in. He captured, there's Elvis. Elvis is from here. He captured all the great moments. There's Dr. King. He was there, that famous I Am Man photograph. That was all him. This is another facility. The Daisy. You can rent it. So you have Old Daisy, New Daisy, and this is just the Daisy. It's also a venue that you can rent. This here, I don't know if you can see the sign. That is Coyote Ugly. If you remember the movie with Tyra Banks, where the people danced on the bars. That's true. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, you can smell the barbecue. There's another bar. This place is jam-packed at night and on the weekends. I mean, it's crowded with people. You have the street performers going up and down the street. Train flips and so forth. Here's another club called the Green Room. Here's a club, Jerry Lee Lewis. Just nice. Something else. The Tin Roof, a live music joint. This here used to be the Hard Rock, but the Hard Rock moved on down to a bigger location. And if you look at this used to be Pat O'Brien's, like the famous Pat O'Brien's in New Orleans. And you can see the kind of Louisiana, New Orleans style architecture. Very nice place. That back there is the FedEx Forum. Of course, that's where all of our big venues. If you're familiar with basketball, the Memphis Grizzlies and the University of Memphis basketball team, they play there. There's another. Famous burger joint featured on the Food Network. Guy Fieri. It's been featured several times, but this is a famous burger joint. Here's Handy Park. They hold a lot of little outside, little courtyard area. This is Alfred. They have good barbecue, good music, good food. I come there often. My brother-in-law used to work here. And some of your cookies, their place is open like all night long till about 3. This is Alfred's parking lot. It backs up to the FedEx Forum. It's a souvenir shop.